smooth, yeah, as Churchill once described, is the best of the worst systems that are available to us to govern ourselves. And it has its notches. But the one thing that you do say at the end of it all, the people make decisions that is best suited for them. That's what they're there to do. And our job is to stand for election. And if they don't want us, then we get kicked out. That is the nature, not a set of judges who were appointed and who quite often don't live in the same world that many of the people that vote do. So, this idea, I'm astonished at France because they've apparently quite lately introduced this because of fears of corruption, that they could ban politicians. That was introduced. So this needs to be sorted out and torn up. I have to tell you now, I have no brief for her particularly, but what I will say, as the far left said as well up in France,
Yep.
we've talked about this set of nonsense coming out of this advisory council on the judiciary and on sentencing, which I think is really important to have outed, and now the government is reacting by getting rid of it. Well, this is what happens when you live in a world dominated by people nobody ever voted for, who tell you how to run your lives, but never are responsible at the end of the day for what decisions they make wrongly. And that is the key. And this one, I have to say, is an abomination. The idea that an unelected judge sits there like God Almighty and says to the electorate, you don't have a choice. I'm just going to take that away from you because I know more than you do. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, whether we love it or hate them, the public ultimately knows best.